My name is Tra la 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 la.
My name is JB.
My name is Stef.
Hey, what's up? My name is Tiffany Minyon.
I am an artist of 24 years, a salon owner of 7 years, and an artist educator and a dual board member with Pulp Riot for 4 years.
My call to curls happened when the natural hair movement began picking up speed in 2013. It was the fact that with the absence of chemically relaxed hair, I can now do what I've been dying to do. Color!
I've been working as a professional hairstylist for 16 years in Vancouver, Canada. My love for hair started back when I was a little kid. I can remember just loving watching music videos instead of cartoons or children's shows. I've always had a real fascination with pop culture and music culture, anything creative.
I've been a Pulp Riot educator since 2020. During that time, it was focusing so much on curls and coils. I also had a mission that if I'm gonna be a hairstylist, I want to know everything from straight to coily hair, all in between, from coloring into cutting. And I'm so excited to share with you everything that I know about curls and coils. Curly hair comes in many different forms. It can be fine, medium, and coarse when it comes to texture. There can also be curly to coily zigzag patterns, and there are differences between the two.
Highly textured hair usually becomes dry over time, right? We know that. That is because the raised cuticle layers found in the structure. So to combat this, most people with highly textured hair opt for moisturizing, conditioning, and oil-based products. With highly textured hair, it's also prone to being more fragile, which could lead to breakage. That's a common myth that curly hair does not retain length. I mean, highly textured hair can have length retention with the proper hair care and understanding the structure of the follicle. So to use an analogy, fine hair is chiffon, right? Medium hair is cotton, and coarse hair is denim. And you know, your girl loves some denim, okay? When using an iron, it's important to adjust the heat setting or the fabric could be destroyed, but in the same instance, nothing will occur if that setting is used on denim.
Highly textured hair feels coarse, but if you look at the diameter of the strand, it is fine. Highly textured hair would be your very fine chiffon, which may need more time and care. When done properly, it can have amazing results. The hair is versatile as it is stunning in its natural state, but you can also silk it, rod it, twist it, braid it, lock it to create magic, which is the embodiment of the coined phrase, Black girl magic.
As an artist, it is important to understand and deliver your client's hair wants and needs. The consultation process creates the foundation for your great experience for the client. The consultation should involve an in-depth conversation about the client's goals, their hair routine, their commitment to a routine, product usage, and overall maintenance. Once this is understood, then the artist can customize the perfect formula for the client. At the beginning of your service, to understand what your highly textured client's wants and needs, establishing realistic goals and trust is very integral to gain the client's confidence. Many textured clients may have had a bad experience with dealing with a stylist that was not prepared and was not educated in their texture. Be open, have effective communication, and lastly, have patience.
So a couple of takeaways is the most important part of any service is the consultation. Reality check about what we can and cannot do. So letting them know, like, this is possible or not. And this is where we learn the habits, good or bad, of our guests. So we understand what to line up for them, and we learn the wants and expectations. We set real expectations and be honest with our clients. This is where we learn what happens after you leave our chair, and the trust is gained.
From afros, braids, bantu knots, every coil and curl has always been an important part of our history and culture. Politics, pop culture, and the media have played a huge part in our perception, but hair is a part of one's personal identity. Highly textured hair has always been politicized, even as far back as to times where people were deemed other people's properties. From ancient civilization, Black hairstyles have been always intertwined and weaved in politics, social, and cultural conversations. As early as the 15th century, Black communities around the world have created their own sense of style. quickly becoming a part of their identity. In the 1700s, the Tignon laws forced Black women in Louisiana to wear head wraps because their beautiful, elaborate hairstyles were considered a threat to status quo. Remember the phrase, turning lemons into lemonade? The Tignon laws forced women to wear head wraps, but in turn, those same women created elaborate art with wraps. Of course, those who put the laws in place were not happy, but it showed the perseverance of a culture that had been beaten down but still overcame the constant struggles that they were put through.
Highly textured hair can create various styles, and the styles that are worn have meaning and history. For example, the bantu knot, which is an Afrocentric hairstyle. In accordance with L'Oreal's texture glossary, the Zulu people of the Southern African region originated bantu knots, a hairstyle where the hair is sectioned off, twisted, and wrapped in such a way that the hair stacks on top of each other to form a spiral knot. It is used as a protective style for both natural and relaxed hair and is commonly used in overnight routines to preserve longer and lasting, more defined curly styles. So referencing the term bantu knot is important because bantu means people in many Bantu languages.
With all the history, we must appreciate how far we've come and that the sky is the limit to how far we can go.
Now, appropriation versus appreciation, this can be a very sensitive topic, but it is a topic that we must address. When speaking about the history and the heritage of highly textured hair, there is a sense of honor and pride. Not only because it is beautiful, but there were times and there still are times when it is seen as unsatisfactory, unprofessional, and unflattering. Basically all the uns you can think of. When adorning certain styles that are predominantly worn in highly textured hair, one should consider the why, how, and the outcome.
The why? Why did you select this style? Did you know the history? Did you just like it? Do you appreciate it? Do you appreciate the history, the style, and the context? Do you understand? Is it suitable?
The how. How can one wear this style? How did someone create this style? How did I discover this style?
The outcome. If one was to wear the style, for instance, bantu knots, would that be considered inappropriate? If so, why? If not, why? Just things to consider. Appreciate the history, okay? And the context of something. Please educate yourself and others and do not take what is not yours. Let me say it again. Do not take what is not yours. Something that you've discovered, change the name and claim it as your own, i.e. squiggly bangs, boxer braids, cinnamon buns, brownie glaze. Just admire all of those things, okay? Seek the knowledge of its origins, how it plays a role in the community it comes from, and go from there. It's important to have knowledge of curls and coils. Also, knowing how to manipulate that texture shows a willingness to learn and to grow outside of what was taught versus trying to be on trend because it was deemed cool for the moment. We're not doing that.
Taking what was created to keep our hair neat and in line according to worldly standards, and acting like it's new when in fact Black women have been crucified for these same looks for centuries. Honor the style, the culture, and understand the context.
Now we've covered some important topics today. Next episodes, we can get into all things color.